Hi there, welcome back to another quick and easy watercolor painting. We're going to wet this page sort of coming from the half mark down to the quarter mark, and we're going to get it pretty wet. We're going to put a lick of blue across here, just like that. We're not going to rinse this out. We're going to put this into our Payne's gray and get a little bit of a Payne's gray wash going across there, and just allow this to do whatever it is that this is going to do. Okay, don't try to augment it or change it too much. I'm going to rinse this brush out, and I'm going to make a little bit of a hill coming down this way. This is a scene actually I seen yesterday, not too far from my home. Just going to let that all blend together like that. We're going to take this, we're going to take some more yellow ochre. We're just going to go across like that with the yellow ochre and let all this blend together. Okay, we're going to get some more Payne's gray, and we're going to tap our Payne's gray into this line up here and across here. And this time I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to put it right into the color, the Payne's gray color. And I'm going to go in this direction to sort of allude to the idea that there's pine trees or cedar trees. And we're just going to let that bleed up in like that for a few minutes. We're going to put a little bit of this Payne's gray across here. And you see how that color starts to run into that Payne's gray, right? Like just immediately it does it. Okay, so this brush is fairly dry now. And I'm just going to put it into some of these lines and get it to come up into a bit of a peak, like a point, like it would be if it was a pine tree. I'm not gonna rinse this off. I'm not gonna dry it off. I'm gonna put it right into the Payne's gray, get some more saturated color. Just touch it in a few spots. Just like that. And we're just going to let this all blend together. Give us a little bit more of a hill indication there. Do you see how that's starting to bleed up in like that? That's what we're going for. So if this is my #1 watercolor brush, and I sharpened the point of this, and I'm just going to drag this through here, just up like that. Okay, just to give the indication of where some pine trees might be. Just like that. If you want to make it sharper at the top, you can just drag it up a little bit more like that. And you can see as the water's starting to dry up, you're getting more and more of that effect. I'm also going to come down here where this is still wet, give myself a little bit of a some more brush in the foreground. Nice. You can also, make some indications of where the hill might be if you want. Some more brush. You can also turn some of these into trees if you like. Now that that's all started to dry up pretty nicely there, I'm actually going to take a small brush like this, and I'm going to pick up some green, and I'm just going to touch some green into a few places like that, and we're just going to let that all run together. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm going to rinse that brush off actually, and pick up a little bit more of this sienna. Drop it into a few places like that. All right, let's let this dry and see what we get. All right, look at this tree line here. This is very, Very cool how these colors have mixed together, especially this green and this sienna. And you get these little bit of misty sort of trees back there, and then you have this line of Payne's gray that comes down here, and then all these little scribe marks coming out of it. I wanted to talk to you a second about making this into an experiment. Everything that you do, you should always think of it as an experiment. Think of all these paintings as experiments. Some experiments turn out, some experiments are just learning opportunities. And you have to keep your artwork at that level. Always think of it as, you know, if it doesn't turn out, it's just a learning opportunity. And I think if you do that, you're going to have way more fun with it, and you're going to paint a whole lot more. All right. I did probably 5 of these before I got one to turn out. So not everything turns out. Some things are just a learning opportunity. You make mistakes, you learn from them, you figure out what works, what doesn't work, and what works for me might not work for you. Anyways, I hope you had a good time painting today. If you're currently a subscriber, thanks a lot. And if you're not currently a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a comment. Let me know where you're from. I'd appreciate it. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you again next time.